This is a freaking genius tip that I've not heard people talk about, and I feel like if you work from home or if you have a lot to do, it's important. And welcome back to my channel, Megan Victoria. My name is Megan. I'm a pro hair makeup artist, and I also have been running a business from home for 3 years, and I've been freelancing for 6 years. Wow, time flies. So we are in a very weird time right now with the COVID-19, the coronavirus. I know the media and literally everyone and their mother has been talking about this, so I know you guys don't really want to hear much more about it. I completely understand, but what I realize is a lot of you guys have been sent home, you're working from home, and I just want to help you make your life a little bit easier. It's a very uncertain time, and I know, like, for myself and a lot of you, it really is going to affect our income, and it has already, and it's a stressful time. And my heart goes out to you, and there's not much I can do in terms of making things easier for you in that regard, but I hope I can at least bring a little bit of like joy to you just with this video. And I just want to thank you guys so much for being here with me. I know it's a scary time, but I really think the best thing we can do is make the most of it. And I know it kind of sounds shitty and it's annoying because all of us are friggin' frustrated, but it's kind of just being grateful for this time of slowing down. I know a lot of people like have been sent home from university and they're back in their family home, and I kind of think like, wow, like that's bringing families together. I know it's not, I'm so aware that it's not the best circumstance, but I'm just trying to look at the bright side. So we've been handing this opportunity to slow down, to connect with our loved ones, and to connect with ourselves, really understand what we're doing with our lives, our purpose, and how we can move forward and better ourselves, our community, and those around us. And I think that all in all, as much as this kind of really frickin' sucks, it's a really incredible opportunity we have, and I really hope we're all making the most of it. I am social distancing, I am self-isolating, I'm doing all those things because I really think, you know, I saw this quote, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen it. It's like, your grandparents were called to war, you're being asked to sit on your couch. Like, ain't that the truth? This is such a small thing we can do, and I just think that we really need to be looking out for ourselves, but more importantly, looking out for each other. So, that is my little story. I do send my absolute best to you guys. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're surviving all of this, and I hope you're taking the opportunity to really just get in touch with who you are again. So like I said, I've been working from home for many years. I spend a lot of time at home, and I also have ADHD. So I have many coping strategies that I've really had to consciously implement and consciously follow to really keep my time at home really productive and helpful. So with that said, I wanted to walk you through some of my tips and tricks for working at home, and just a little get ready with me makeup routine, just to kind of give yourself a little self-care and a little pampering. But if you're really trying to stay productive and you really want to keep a good routine, then I have some great tips, so I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you guys so much for watching, and without further ado, let us get started.
My darling, you are in the way. You're going to have to move.
Alright, so let's get started. I will remove these. Wow, everything disappeared. Fantastic. If you're working from home on a consistent basis or for a while, it's really important that you kind of set up a routine. You basically want to tell yourself that you're not actually home, you are at work. So what really helps me is I wake up at the same time every day, in theory, but you set an alarm, so I'm really lucky. I only wake up at 8 o'clock, and that is awesome. I know a lot of people have to wake up earlier, but whatever time it is, you wake up at that time. And then you make your bed. Make your bed, because as soon as your bed is made, then you don't get back into it, and that's so, so important. Then as always, you need to have some kind of morning routine. So that could be journaling, that could be yoga, that could be meditation, that could honestly just be showering and getting dressed. Now, when I get dressed, I'm not telling you when you work from home that you need to put on a suit jacket. Like, no. If you want to, sure, do your thing. I will, like, I sleep naked, so like, duh, but I will wake up and I'll put on pajamas, and that's basically me getting dressed for the day. It's very, very helpful because it's just a step that again tricks your brain into saying, okay, we're starting our day, we need to move forward. So even if you're going from pajamas to pajamas or from nothing to sweats or whatever, it's just those little things that make your brain go, oh, we're actually changing, we're doing something, and this is how our day is going to begin. So once you have done that, then I need coffee. So that is my morning routine. My morning routine is sitting on this couch, having my coffee, and if I'm in the mood for it, I do a little journaling. I do something that just makes me feel good for the day before I actually begin my day of work. So any kind of contemplation time, any introspective time, so important for just setting a really good tone to the day. What brings us to this part is the getting ready. So when I get ready in the morning, I don't tend to wear makeup on an everyday basis because I am filming also, But realistically, I don't really want to wear makeup if I'm just hanging around my house or if I'm cleaning the kitchen. But what I do like to do is a little bit of skincare, a little bit of pampering, just a little bit of something to begin the day. So I'm going to start with that now. So in the morning, because I already have moisturizer on from the night before, I will just start with a little exfoliating pad. These are from Skin Fix. I just love them because they are nice and gentle, daily use, and I can just kind of wipe this all over my face, especially if, you know, you sweat at night or whatever. It's just going to take that layer of dirt and grime off the skin. So this tones the skin because it does have a little bit of glycolic acid. So it's got the toner, it's got the exfoliant, and it's just kind of an all-in-one really great product. I even will just run it across my lips just for a little extra exfoliation. Then I go in with this Estee Lauder Micro Essence. So it's kind of like a lotion toner, so it's a little bit more soft, and honestly I'll just take this in my hands and I just rub this onto the skin. It just wakes the skin up and it just feels really great. And it just helps all your products like penetrate even deeper into the skin. Obviously you don't have to be neat about this, you just kind of slap it on. And then lastly, to finish my morning skincare, I love taking the Estee Lauder Brightening Treatment. This stuff's awesome. It's like a vitamin C serum, but it's really helped me. Sometimes I get like you know, zits or breakouts like on my cheek area, and it stays a little dark. And this has really helped like remove the darkness and the spots, and I just really like this product. And I also massage it on the outer corners of my eyes because that's where I definitely have darkness, right there. So it really just brightens the skin and it feels great. And then if I'm not going in with makeup, I will go in with the Skin Fix cream that you guys have seen me use time and time again, and I love that. But because it is a little bit of a heavier cream, because I am going to go in with makeup, I think this is like a good like step for just prepping the skin, and then I think I'm good for now. Okay, so I want to add a little bit of glow to the skin, adding a little bit of my Flawless Filter, and then I'm going to grab a pump of the Makeup Forever Reboot foundation, and I'm just going to work all of this into the skin. I love this foundation. I know I've talked about it non-stop, but that's because I've used it non-stop and I'm in love with it. It just makes the skin look so beautiful. So if you just have a, you know, a nice and easy day, you just kind of want to feel a little bit more put together, or you have some errands to run, this is just the perfect foundation for just making your skin look flawless without it looking like you have too much makeup on. But if you don't wear makeup and you want to wear like a really heavy cream or a face mask or an oil, it's the perfect time to do so because you can kind of just like tie your hair back and really let it soak into the skin, which is so nice. Alright, next I'm going to take my little color corrector and I'm just going to conceal my dark circles, pouncing that like so. Because this is a little bit of a lighter foundation, I'm also going to take my little concealer and I'm just going to add the coverage where I want a little bit more. So I tend to have a little bit of darkness around the sides of my mouth, maybe on my chin there's some redness, sides of my nose, like right where the nose is, definitely a little bit of redness. Pop a little bit underneath the eyes, on the outer corner, maybe just right there. In the morning, if I'm trying to do like a quick and easy makeup, I love just having my sponge do all the work for me. If I can avoid brushes, like I think that's amazing. And then obviously when I like pack up my makeup bag to go anywhere, or if I have to travel with makeup, then it's just so much less items to bring, which is really fantastic. This is extra, but you know, I get really self-conscious about dark circles. Like I like my eyes looking nice and light and bright. So I just take a little bit of my Naked Concealer because it is so light, and I'm really just going to press that right under the eyes. 3 concealers may seem excessive for like doing your makeup at home, but you know, some may say doing your makeup at all is excessive. So do whatever makes you happy. So we have the skin nice and light and bright, which honestly like I'm good with here, like I'm happy. But I'm going to do a little bit more. So I'm going to go in with my Bare Minerals foundation stick. You guys have seen me use this like crazy, and this is in the shade 6.5. I know a lot of you guys keep asking and I keep forgetting to list it, so my bad. But I'm just going to take a little bit all over the skin. And again, no brushes, just my blender. And I'll just blend this out. And this is just going to give me a nice little bit of color to the skin. One of my favorites over the winter that I discovered, which is the Mauve Sunrise Bounce and Blur blush. Again, you can just grab it on your fingers, which is why it's so perfect. And I'm just going to press this on to the cheeks. Just give myself a little bit of color. And to further blend, you can even just take your sponge and whatever leftover product of the foundation or the bronzer will just kind of help the blush blend in even more seamlessly. And we're just going to move on to brows. So I'm just going to take my brow pencil, going to fill in lightly Not trying to change the shape or do anything, you know, wacky, just really just filling in. And then I'll just take a little bit of my brow pencil. For my lips, I just want to keep them moisturized, but I love this lip balm. So this is the NARS Fast Lane Tinted Lip Balm. It's this really gorgeous kind of mauve tint that just kind of really emulates your natural lip color. It's really like putting blood into your lips, which I love. So it really moisturizes lips, but it just gives them the perfect kiss of color, which is amazing and super, super moisturizing. It feels so great. And for me, I don't like anything near my eyes because when I work from home, I'm staring at a computer for like hours and hours on end. And so I just don't really want mascara. I don't want anything near my eyes. So honestly, I'm just gonna leave it. I also wear my glasses like 24/7. So that also makes a big difference. So all I'm gonna do to finish off is I'm gonna grab a little bit of my Make Up For Ever Matte Velvet Powder because it has a little bit of coverage, and I'm just going to tap out the hot spots. And again, I can use this with my sponge, which is perfect. And I just basically go around the center of the face. And honestly, guys, that's all we do for our makeup. And it's just those quick little things you can do that just make you feel a little bit more alive and just a little bit more put together than if, you know, you just like rolled out of bed and started your day. Okay, well, I can toss on my glasses because that's what she wrote. So, perfect. And we can continue on. So we feel a little bit more put together, which is really awesome. I'm still in my pajamas, and honestly, so what I like to do is, I said I sleep naked. I get up, I put a robe on, and that's usually how I like start my day, and then I decide to like get dressed. So I usually pop into some like leggings and a sweater. So let's do that now before we continue on. And we are back. So this is definitely one of my uniforms of my life, so some type of leggings or track pants or sweatpants, whatever, and a big cozy sweater. Okay, so before I leave this couch, this is like my time of like my, you know, being at home, my cozy time, and then what I usually do is I leave and I go work in my office. By actually having a designated working space, whether it's a room, corner in your bedroom, what have you, it really kind of gets your brain in the mindset of we're going to work. And for me, that's so important because if I was to just stay in my room all day, I would just be like, I'm home, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes there's days where if I know I have a lot to do, I tell myself, you're not leaving your office and you're not going into your bedroom till 5 o'clock. And I really kind of treat it like a 9 to 5, even if it's not sometimes always possible. But there are days if I know I have a lot to do that I definitely tell myself that. So that really, really helps. You want to have a designated office space. Now, sometimes my office space is this couch, especially when the sun is coming in and it's so lovely and nice. I definitely love to sit on the couch and get things done. If it's an office-y day and I have to, you know, do some emails, I have to edit videos, things like that, this is perfect. Obviously, if I have to film videos, I'm in my office, and a lot of time I'm in my office just because I feel much more productive. But if it's a little bit of a calmer day, I definitely let myself just kind of like hang out on my couch. So I have kind of designated spaces for the kind of work I do, which I think really helps me stay productive and stay in that mindset. So when you start your day, you obviously know you have usually a list of tasks that need to get done. So this is a tip I have for you that has helped me tremendously. So I'm ADHD, so I kind of struggle a little bit with staying focused and staying motivated, and just kind of doing stuff that I don't want to do is just not really gonna happen. So at the beginning of the day, I write down what I need to do. I use the app Google Keep, and you can make little lists, and it's like really, really great. And so I'll write like today's things to do. And then I prioritize what I actually have to get done that is like a priority. And that obviously goes to the top of the list. And I know by the end of the day, I have to get that done. I do not overload myself with those tasks because very quickly it can become very overwhelming and is not gonna help anyone if I'm overwhelmed, too anxious to do anything, and I get nothing done. So we don't want that. So we avoid that at all costs. The next thing I do though is I take those tasks and I divide them into categories. This is a freaking genius tip that I've not heard people talk about, and I feel like if you work from home or if you have a lot to do, it's important. So I kind of divide my tasks into a couple categories. So there's something like physical exertion tasks. So that would be like running an errand. Some days I just want to like light a candle, get really cozy, do my emails, and just kind of stay like very quiet. Other days I have a lot of energy, and that's when I'm like, oh my god, this is a day to film, because you're in the mood for it. Whenever you're in the mood for something, you're going to be so much more productive at it, you're going to be so much more enthusiastic, and it's just going to come across as so much more authentic because you're not pushing yourself to do something. Then I also have my tasks of like emails, invoices, like really boring things that I don't feel like doing most of the time. Then there's tasks like calling the bank, you know, things that like require not having social anxiety. So I kind of decide what I'm in the mood for. So for today, I'm in the mood, I have a lot of energy today, I have a lot that I need to like exert. So today is the perfect day to actually film. Will I maybe edit this video today? I don't know, because editing is definitely something that's a little bit more calming, and so I may put that for another day, and today I may, like, you know, clean the kitchen, or I don't know, I can't really do errands because we're all in quarantine, but you know, so I hope that kind of makes sense and helps you, because that's something that's so helpful for me. But just divide your tasks up into categories and see what category are you most aligned with today, and then really just let yourself do that, and you're gonna give your all to that category instead of making yourself do all these 5 million different things, and your brain is gonna be like, what the hell, and you can't stay focused, at least for me. But once I've decided where I want to be, what I want to do, like today we're filming a video, so obviously that's great. So say I was editing this video, and I'm gonna probably stay on my couch because I love editing on my laptop, I love sitting on my couch and just chilling. So then what I would do is I want to set the atmosphere. So that could be like putting a candle. I love having my diffuser going. Anything that just makes the space a little bit more inviting. I find like creatively stimulating. Like if I just feel like my senses are happy around me, I'm in like a clean environment, things are really good, I can be much more productive, and that just really helps me. I also will like make another coffee, so I have something to kind of just like sip on that's like warm and cozy. I have my diffuser, I have my candles, and I put like lovely music playing. I always have like frequency music, like meditation frequency music. I just find it really helps me stay focused, which is amazing. Okay, so once you've decided what you want to do, write it down. This is called your to-do list, but it's also like your agenda for the day. You don't have to stick to it, but if you write it down, you're so much more likely to stick to it, which is definitely something I've noticed throughout the years. When I write it down, I feel like I've like put it into stone. Like I'm like, this is the law, I cannot break it, and so I go and I check off my tasks, and that's really helpful. And then as you're going, you know, make sure you're hitting that priority task. Like if I know I have to write a really big email, it's gonna require brain power. Usually I can't do that right in the morning. Like finding that sweet spot of like when you're feeling good about it. And I know I can kind of sound silly, but I definitely have a lot of anxiety about not, a lot of like probably perfectionism anxiety in just how I present myself to people. So writing an email, I check over like 500 times to make sure I haven't like spelled anything incorrectly, which usually I have. And ADHD is a bitch, what can I say? But I always am like trying to like double, triple check. Okay, so you have your tasks, you're doing your thing, you're working on your to-do list. If you are struggling, what I find really helpful is setting a timer. So if it's like 15 minutes of doing something that you really like, you're not really wanting to do, but you know you have to do it. Like I'm like, okay, Megan, just do 15 minutes of your invoices. Just sit there and do it. Do your budgeting, do your taxes, do your spreadsheets, like all those gross office-y admin things. Just setting a timer, just knowing that I have to stay focused for only this amount of time, and when the timer goes off, I get a break. So breaks and treating yourself, so important. I love to meal prep, so I know I have a really great meal as my break, or I love having cooked, like doing some cooking. So I have a lot of energy to burn off during my day, and I get really bored really quickly, and so I like to have like really quick, you know, changes of pace and changes of scenery. So if I've been like at the computer, I love actually sitting and cooking because it's just something creative, it's something that gets my energy out, and it feels good, and I just really enjoy cooking. So that's a perfect break for me. Going for a walk, taking Mella to the park, something like that that just kind of gets your mind out of what you're doing. Because if you are working at like an office or a company, you will get breaks. That's part of, you know, your job, unless you're my mom, and trust me, that's a whole other story. But take your breaks, have your timers, and treat yourself, like reward yourself when you get a lot done, because it is hard, especially working from home with lots of other distractions. I live alone, but I know when I'm home at my family's house, I can't get anything done. There is so much going on. So I do definitely appreciate how hard it is to get things done at home. So that's why really designating that workspace and really kind of having a plan can really help you, because there are so much that goes on, I know. Okay, my last tip. There are times where your motivation is just shit. I'm so aware of it. You don't want to do anything, you can't do anything, and it just really is unfortunate. So what I love to do and this is probably why I end up cleaning or like reorganizing my closet at 3 in the morning, is if you watch like a YouTube video or you go on Pinterest or you do anything just to inspire yourself. So sometimes like if I have to clean up my like office or I have to organize makeup and I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to do it, I will go and watch someone do that on YouTube. You see their clean space, you see how happy they are, you see their tips and tricks and their process, and you just get super inspired. So Pinterest is amazing for inspiration. Oh my god, you'll end up doing so many projects, and just anything where you can just get inspired by watching someone else. So with social media, it's always careful that you're not getting like intimidated and you're feeling like put down by it, but if you find someone that can actually uplift you, that's amazing. So I love, like when I need motivation to clean my room or reorganize something or just do laundry, I'll literally watch someone do a time lapse of them cleaning their house. And like I've also made my own time lapse of me cleaning my house, and oh my god, if I watch that, I feel so much more motivated. So it's just really keeping yourself inspired and keeping yourself optimistic and like in a good mind space, because it really is all about mindset when it all comes down to it. Alright my dears, I think those are a lot of my working from home tips. I would love to hear what you guys think, how you're handling this situation, how you're working from home, what you think are really great tips that help you, and share with all of us, because I know we're definitely in a weird time. We're in a time where we're all trying to just figure it out, and we just have to take it day by day, keep our high vibration, and just be there for one another. So please make use of the comment box below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye! Mwah!